It started with just a look, his smile across the room pulling me in, compelling me to stare back with an intensity that felt inescapable. But science whispers a chilling secret. That magnetic pull might be your deepest childhood wounds, unconsciously seeking the echo of your parents' worst traits in another, drawing you towards familiar pain disguised as passion. Suddenly, that electrifying look isn't a beginning, but a warning, a map leading straight to devastating betrayal, programmed by a past you never escaped. That initial spark, the inescapable staring, the feeling of connection, it often begins with eye contact. Eye contact is powerful. It builds trust, shows you're listening, and can even signal romantic interest. Think about it: when someone holds your gaze, maybe with a slight smile, it creates a subconscious sense of connection. It feels personal, engaging. But how do you tell if that prolonged gaze is genuine attraction or just politeness, or maybe something else entirely? Sometimes a coworker might stare, and when asked, someone dismisses it as, oh, he just stares. But often there's more beneath the surface. Is it friendly eye contact, or is it flirting? Look for the subtle cues: a playful look, maybe glancing away shyly then looking back, perhaps combined with other body language like leaning in or mirroring your movements. An intense stare could mean attraction, but it could also mean curiosity, judgment, or even social awkwardness. Someone might look at you and quickly look away. Maybe they're shy but interested, or maybe they realize they shouldn't be starring. It's rarely just one thing, it's the whole picture. Why do we feel such an intense, almost magnetic pull towards certain people, sometimes even strangers? Psychology offers some explanations. One idea, called imago theory, suggests we're unconsciously drawn to people who remind us of our parents or early caregivers, not just their good qualities, but also their worst ones. We might be seeking to heal old childhood hurts, subconsciously hoping this new person will finally give us the love or acceptance we craved back then. This explains why sometimes the people we feel the most intense, fiery passion for are the ones who end up causing us the most pain and heartache. It's like our internal radar, programmed by past experiences of neglect, abandonment, or betrayal, locks onto someone who feels familiar, even if that familiarity is rooted in suffering. This isn't a conscious choice, but a deep-seated pattern playing out, leading to relationships filled with longing, despair, and maybe even infidelity. We can think about attraction on a spectrum. At one end are people we feel no spark for. At the other end are the tens, the ones who make us weak in the knees instantly. Often these tens fit that pattern of reminding us of past wounds. These are often called attractions of deprivation. They feel exciting, full of yearning and lust, but they're built on shaky ground, often leading to disappointment and emotional distress. Then there are attractions of inspiration. These are based on appreciating someone's actual good character, their kindness, stability, and integrity. These connections might start slower, maybe in the middle of your attraction spectrum. The initial spark might be smaller, requiring time and shared experiences for intimacy and desire to grow. But these relationships, built on respect and genuine connection, often lead to deeper satisfaction and lasting love. The challenge is that many of us chase the immediate high of intense attraction, mistaking that intensity for true love, while overlooking potential partners who could offer genuine happiness simply because the initial fireworks aren't there. We might get bored or impatient, or fearing the pain associated with intense connections, we might only date people we feel safe with, lacking real passion, leading to dissatisfaction and maybe even seeking excitement elsewhere, crossing boundaries into affairs. This brings us to the difficult topic of infidelity and cheating. It's surprisingly common, with estimates suggesting a significant percentage of married individuals engage in adultery at some point. Why does this happen? Sometimes it's a mismatch between our biological wiring, perhaps geared towards shorter-term bonds for raising offspring in ancient times, and our modern ideal of lifelong, exclusive marriage. Other times, it stems from unmet needs within the relationship, a lack of communication, or unresolved personal issues. Emotional cheating is a particularly slippery slope. It's about forming deep, intimate bonds with someone outside the relationship, sharing secrets, feelings, and time that should belong to your partner. It often involves romantic attraction or sexual tension, even if nothing physical happens. You might find yourself thinking about this other person constantly, feeling more excited to see them than your partner, and keeping the extent of your connection hidden. This emotional distance and secrecy can erode the foundation of trust and commitment just as much as a physical affair, causing immense hurt and damage. Microcheating involves smaller actions that push against relationship boundaries: flirty texts, lingering hugs with an ex, sharing intimate details you wouldn't share with your partner. These actions might seem harmless individually, but they represent a diversion of energy and intimacy away from the primary relationship, often signaling underlying dissatisfaction or a slide towards deeper betrayal. When boundaries are crossed, whether emotionally or physically, the pain, guilt, shame, and fear can be overwhelming. For the person betrayed, feelings of anger, sadness, jealousy, and deep hurt arise. Rebuilding trust after such violations is incredibly difficult. It requires brutal honesty, taking responsibility, ending the outside connection completely, and addressing the underlying issues within the relationship. Open communication is key, using I statements to express feelings without blame, discussing expectations, and defining clear boundaries together. Sometimes, professional help from a therapist is needed to navigate the complex emotions and rebuild the connection. Interestingly, science is exploring the role of brain chemistry in all this. Hormones like oxytocin play a huge role in bonding, trust, and social connection. Some research even explores whether administering oxytocin could help couples improve communication and strengthen their bond, perhaps used alongside therapy. But it's not a magic love potion. Oxytocin can also increase negative feelings like envy or prejudice against outsiders. Its effects depend heavily on the person and the situation. Using drugs to modulate love raises huge ethical questions about consent, potential coercion, and what defines a healthy relationship worth saving versus one that should end. Ultimately, navigating attraction, commitment, and the potential for betrayal is complex. Our past experiences shape our present desires in ways we barely understand. That intense spark might be a sign of true connection, or it could be a warning siren from your past. Learning to distinguish between attractions of inspiration and attractions of deprivation is a lifelong skill. Many questions remain. How effectively can we truly educate our attractions away from harmful patterns? What are the long-term effects of using something like oxytocin to influence relationships? How do we balance our deep-seated needs for connection and excitement with the commitments we make? These are areas where more understanding is needed. If these topics resonate with you, if you're exploring the complexities of love, attraction, and relationships, please like this video. Share it with others who might find it helpful, and subscribe for more insights into the human heart.